The first flag is the pine tree flag. Carrying the flag this evening is Jason Malley of the Young Colonials. 1775, this flag flew over some floating batteries launched in Boston Bay to be used against the British who occupied Boston at this time. In the fall of 1775, General Washington, at his own expense, outfitted 6 ships for use in our coastal waters. As they flew this flag, it became the first ensign of the American sea forces in New England. The second flag is the Moultrie flag. Carrying this flag this evening is Ron Goss of Stony Creek.
Hey, Ron, yeah.
Colonel William Moultrie's South Carolina militia had hat badges of blue with a white crescent and the word Liberty printed on them. The Moultrie flag was designed from these badges and was flying over Fort Sullivan on Sullivan's Island in Charleston Harbor on June 28, 1776, when the British fleet attacked. The third flag is the Bennington flag. Carrying the flag this evening is Peter Hubert of the Colonial Musketeers. This flag, probably of its reference to 76, would seem to be one of the most popular and well-known of our early flags. This flag flew over a large depot of military supplies at Bennington, Vermont, which General Burgoyne set out to capture on August 16, 1777. They were met by John Stark and his Green Mountain Boys. This battle undoubtedly contributed to General Burgoyne's surrender at Saratoga, New York, 2 months later. The Bennington flag. The fourth flag is Herrick's Regiment's flag. Carrying the flag this evening is Lester Walter of the Colonial Musketeers. Upon receiving news of the start of the invasion of General Burgoyne in June of 1777, the Vermont legislature appointed Ira Allen chairman of a committee of safety with authority to raise a regiment to defend Vermont. The first company, Captain Ebenezer Allen commanding, reported for duty at Manchester, July 1777, where the original of this flag was presented to the regiment on July 29th. On August 16, 1777, Herrick's regiment, with this flag at their head, formed the left of General Stark's line on his attack of Prince Ludwig Dragoon Regiment of the Army of Brunswick. Herrick's flag. The fifth flag is the Rattlesnake or Gadsden flag. Carrying the flag this evening is Sophie Mason of the Young Colonials. Colonel Christopher Gadsden, a patriot of South Carolina and a member of the Marine Committee, presented this flag to the Continental Congress in February of 1776. While Congress discussed the possibility, they did not make the rattlesnake the official symbol of the country. On March 17, 1776, Commodore Esek Hopkins led his ships to the Bahamas to capture large quantities of cannons and supplies. A replica of this flag is said to have been painted on the drums of the new Corps of Marines in this, their first landing. The Rattlesnake or Gadsden flag. The sixth flag is the Grand Union flag. Carrying the flag this evening is Dominic Cuccia of the Civil War Troopers. For over 100 years, the colonists had lived under the British under the British flag, or King's colors. Our first national flag in January of 1776 did not exclude the flag of King George. This flag had 13 stripes to represent the 13 colonies, but retained the King's colors in the canton. This Grand Union flag is also known as the Cambridge flag, as it was first flown at Cambridge, Massachusetts on January 2, 1776, when General Washington raised it to a 13-gun salute, inaugurating the beginning of the Continental Army, the Grand Union flag. The seventh flag is the Newbury flag. Carrying the flag this evening is Kalen Piscatello of the Young Colonials. The Newbury, Massachusetts contingent of the Colonial Army first displayed this flag. Here the designers used a field of green to represent the forests of New England. However, they still left the connection to their forefathers' flag and retained in the canton the Red Cross of St. George, the Newbury flag. The eighth flag is the Continental flag. Carrying the flag this evening is Ava Mason of the Young Colonials. It was appropriate at this time that this, our first flag, did not include any emblem of Great Britain, included the pine tree. The pine tree was repeated on several flags, such as the Bunker Hill flag. It is believed that this flag also appeared at the Battle of Bunker Hill, the Continental flag. The ninth flag is the Rhode Island or Hope flag. Carrying the flag this evening is James Hick, an Old Guard alumni. The 1st Rhode Island Infantry Regiment carried this flag. The flag bore a blue anchor in the center of the field, surmounted by the word Hope, the motto of the colony. The banner carried a blue canton on which were painted 13 white 5-pointed stars. Since the Rhode Island regimental banner was the only flag in existence at that time, with an arrangement of 13 stars on a blue banner, it appears certain that the Rhode Island flag contributed the stars to the Star-Spangled Banner, the Rhode Island or Hope flag. The 10th flag is the 7th Massachusetts Regiment flag. Carrying the flag this evening is Gerard Kiley. Gerard Kiley.
Water damage.
Excuse me. Bill Klinowitz from the Colonial Musketeers. This regiment was originally organized from existing train bands on October 7, 1636. Mustered into active service April 19, 1775 as Gardner's Regiment. In January 1777, it was redesignated the 7th Massachusetts Regiment Continental Line. The regiment was mustered out of Continental service on June 12, 1783. Since that time, it has been called to active duty during each of the wars. The regiment has campaign streamers from the Revolutionary War, the War of 1812, the Civil War, World War I, and World War II, and has received many decorations and presidential citations. The 7th Massachusetts Regiment Flag. The 11th flag is the Taunton flag. Carrying the flag this evening is Louise Wilcox from Westbrook Drum Corps. This flag was raised for the first time in Taunton, Massachusetts in October 1774 during the raising of the Liberty Pole. This was a new type of Union flag. It consisted of a red field with a Union Jack as a square-shaped canton, and the words Liberty and Union in white letters on the red field, extending across the lower portion of the flag beneath the canton. Taunton also had the distinction of being the only town founded by a woman, Elizabeth Poole, in 1637. The Taunton flag. The 12th flag is the 3rd Maryland Regiment flag. Carrying the flag this evening is David Knoll from Connecticut Valley Field Music. On June 14, 1777, one of the routine matters taken up by Congress was a resolution that the flag of the United States be made up of 13 stripes, alternate red and white, that the Union be 13 stars, white on a blue field, representing a new constellation. This did not specify any set arrangement of the stars or the size of the Union. Consequently, anyone who wished to make a flag was free to design it to suit himself. This was the reason for the many different versions that was seen during the Revolutionary War. One of these was the flag of the 3rd Maryland Regiment. Lieutenant John Eager Howard's regiment of the Battle of Cowpen, South Carolina, may have carried it January 17, 1781. The 3rd Maryland Regiment flag. The 13th flag is the Australian flag. Carrying the flag this evening is Terry Vanderwerken from Adamsville. The Australian flag consists of a field of dark blue, red in the case of merchant ships, with a British Union Jack in the canton. In the blue or red field directly beneath the Union is a large white 7-pointed star representing the 6 federated states of Australia and the territories of the Commonwealth. The Southern Cross, with its 5 stars, is superimposed on the field near the fly edge. Ivor Evans, a 13-year-old Melbourne schoolboy, designed the flag. His design was selected from 30,000 entries and has been in use since January 23, 1901, the Australian flag. The 14th flag is the Swiss flag. Carrying the flag this evening is Kevin Palm from Taggart. The history of the Swiss flag is long and complicated. It begins in 1291 when the Swiss Confederation was founded. When the Swiss Confederation consisted of 8 cantons, no Swiss flag existed. Each canton had its own flag. Shortly afterwards, they created the Swiss flag, which initially was a triangle with a white cross on a red background. Later, this was changed to a square. In 1889, the official Swiss flag was born. It shows the suspended cross on a red background, and no additional patterns or heraldic figures are allowed. It is the only national flag in the world in the shape of a square, the Swiss flag. The 15th flag is the Star-Spangled Banner. Carrying the flag this evening is Pat Nolan from St. Mary's Prize Band. Here we have the Star-Spangled Banner, one of the few flags to have more than 13 stripes, and the inspiration for Francis Key Scott to write the lyrics of the song, which was to become our national anthem in 1931. The flag was flying over Fort McHenry at Baltimore when the British attacked on September 13, 1814. Francis Scott Key was a hostage on the British frigate Surprise during the night. When dawn revealed that the flag was still waving over the fort, he composed the words to the Star-Spangled Banner to the music of the British drinking song, Anacreon in Heaven, the Star-Spangled Banner. The 16th flag is the Irish flag. Carrying the flag this evening is Dodie McGrath from Westbrook Drum Corps. The Irish flag is frequently referred to as the Irish tricolor. It is made of 3 equal-sized rectangles of orange, white, and green. It was first used in 1848. The green color represents the native people of Ireland. The orange color represents the British supporters of William of Orange, who settled in Northern Ireland in the 17th century. The white color in the center of the flag represents peace between these 2 groups of people, the Irish flag. The 17th flag is the current 50-star flag, with each star symbolizing one of the 50 states in the Union. Carrying the flag this evening is Jerry Stewart of the Ancient Mariners. The 50-star flag. There before you are some of the symbols of our nation. Researching the history of our flags has revealed, over and over again, a pattern of tremendous personal sacrifice and heroism on the part of the people who carried each of these flags. Our freedom to live under this flag has come at a very high price, paid by all who have defended our liberties in all of the battles of our history. For each of the 50 stars in the flag, there have been thousands who have left their homes and families, many to never return. Tonight, we wish to thank and honor all the men and women who, by their devotion and sacrifice, have made this, our freedom, possible. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner.